by Naomi and her friends Adler and Isak. Please enjoy our silly improve therapy act.
Who my next clients will be. Oh, come in.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
Hello, Doctor.
Good morning, good morning. Now, who may I see in front of me right now?
My name is David Snowman.
Okay.
My name's Lisa.
Lisa
Also,
Snowman, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lisa, Mrs. Snowman.
Snowman, dear.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a very rough week, darling.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Well, Doctor, as you can see, we've been going through a little bit of trouble, and we were just wondering if you had any suggestions for her.
For her?
For us, darling.
Yes, of course, darling, for us.
Well, I need you guys to explain to me what your problems are and how it started in the beginning.
Would you like to do it, David, or do you want me to do it?
Apparently, and this is according to her, I'm not good enough.
I never said you weren't good enough.
Well, you said I couldn't make it happen.
It's just, the whole female orgasmic disorder. I infrequent and never experienced orgasms. I feel like I had a right to express that feeling.
Look, all I'm saying is you never had a problem at the beginning of our marriage.
Well, that was 12 years ago, almost 13.
What changed?
I don't know. It's just you haven't been doing as good as you did when we first...
Look, I've been taking the testosterone pills, been trying to fix it, and that hasn't done anything.
I know. Well, I tried to go get a doctor, tried to go get you to see a doctor, and, when we went to the doctor, we found out we had AIDS.
Look, sorry, Doctor, this is a lot to put on you at once.
You guys shouldn't feel ostracized because you talked to me about this. This is a safe space, and both of your guys' egos are in a safe space, and being able to understand what the problem is with each other. So continue explaining.
You wanna talk about ego? There's a few things that I could say about Lisa's ego over here.
Well, I don't think my ego should be the one in question currently, because you did not have the guts or the ability to put your pride aside when the doctor was explaining how we could improve medical standpoint, and you just kept putting the blame back on me, saying I was saying you're not good enough, which I never did say.
Look, you've just really been stressing me out lately. And to be honest, because of this stress, I've had a lot of trouble controlling my weight as well.
I understand. I definitely understand what you both are going through. I definitely understand how some of this can affect a marriage. Have you guys tried anything to try to reconcile or anything, or are you guys keeping it inside? You guys are
every day. I'm sorry, Lisa. I'm sorry.
I don't need your words. I just need you to do better.
Why don't you tell me? You need to tell me what you need me to do. I can't read your mind.
I can't provide a solution to a problem that I'm not facing. I'm not the one who cannot perform.
Oh my gosh. So you want me to do something, but you won't tell me what? Look, we're supposed to be a team, right, Doc?
Definitely. You guys are supposed to be able to work this out with each other, but lately I'm seeing how both of you in general are very hostile towards each other, and that's not a good thing. Hostility between a marriage never makes it work. So What do you guys think that you guys can improve, like the non-hostility between each other? While
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, go ahead, Lisa.
No, go ahead. You were speaking first. I'm
Okay,
sorry to cut you off.
sorry. Look, maybe we should take turns talking once in a while.
That good idea. Please talk, David.
I need some help. I need somebody to tell me, like, what I'm doing wrong, like what I need to do. I really, like, it's I know that something's wrong, but I just don't know what to do about it.
I find it hard to help you with a problem that I'm not experiencing. I find it hard to try to fix a problem when the problem is not on my end. Now, that's not to say you're at fault. It's just I can't fix a problem that I'm not experiencing.
You ever heard of a little thing called empathy, dear?
We've been over this, honey. I have a lot of empathy towards you and your situation.
Yeah.
As that probably affects, your feeling as a man,
As a snowman, you can say it.
As a snowman. I just think...
I feel like me being made of snow is a barrier in our marriage as well.
I've told you, honey, I have no problem with it. I had no problem when I married you. When I chose to marry you, I had no problems then. And
Look,
I have no problems
you have a policy of fresh, never frozen, and I think there's a problem with me being frozen.
It's not the issue that you are frozen. It's the problem that the thing I need to be frozen isn't. I just feel like you want me to offer solutions, and every time I try to offer a solution, it goes back to you saying I don't like that you're made of snow, or we don't have the same sparkle. I think we could easily rekindle that sparkle if we just worked together more.
How can I work with you when you're working by...
At the end of the day, I come home to you. I come home to your
igloo.
Snow. I want your snow at the end of the day. I want to feel your embrace, and instead I get, and excuse me for the pun, a cold shoulder.
You know how I feel about cold jokes.
It's
every day as a snowman going to person school, I was ostracized. I know you said this was not an ostracization place, but it's just a fact that I had to face in my childhood.
I know, and I know, me saying I need more from you probably does not help that, those feelings of feeling ostracized, but I'm not ostracizing you. I want to make this work. I don't want to have to get a divorce. I want us to be able to work through it together.
Well, I want to make it work too. I don't like how this is.
But I want to work past us getting AIDS. I want to work past all of that.
If you'd like, I'd like to put in my 2 cents for you guys. I think there's a lot of repression. Like Mr. Snowman here, he has a lot of repression from back in his childhood, and he doesn't really know how to talk to you about it, and that is even affecting his adult life right now. And you have a lot of repression in the sense that you don't like telling him as many things as you want. I think you guys might, are clinging on to both each other's belief perseverance, in the sense that you both are like clinging to each other's initial conceptions of each other. So I'm thinking maybe you guys need a little bit of a separation of sorts. Maybe to, be able to feel what it's like to not be together, and be able to see if you get better from all that repression and like bad trauma.
Yeah, I think I could use a little time off from Lisa over here.
I don't think that's the right move, David. I think we can work. I think we can go from this. I I'm still dealing with a lot of emotions from something that happened 7 years ago. We lost our baby, and it felt like David just wasn't there for me emotionally. But I think we moved past that and forward that. So I think we can work through just not being able to perform well romantically and intimately. If we can get through losing a child, a baby Snow, if you will.
Yes. So, how did losing the baby affect each of you? Miss Lisa, you speak first, and then we will let David have the talking stick after.
I just, I blamed myself. I was the one who was with child. I blamed myself for it. Didn't even get to carry it to term. And, I thought and felt a lot of resentment towards, or from David, just because I felt like he blamed me, and not just it was a bad circumstance.
Alright, I understand your pain. I definitely do. David, what is your opinion on the matter?
I kind of hate to say it, dear, but I think I kind of do blame you. I think I told you that using blankets would make the baby melt. And that's what happened.
Okay.
I don't understand what it's like to be made of snow. We talked about this.
Yeah, you've made that very clear.
We went through this so many times that I do not understand what it's like to be made of snow, and I cannot understand that, just like you do not understand what it's like to have skin. You know what? No. You know what? I'll be so honest right now. I did let him have it his way and my way. You know what? I couldn't do it anymore. You didn't care about my female orgasmic disorder, or how, you didn't care that your factory period reset after orgasm was just so long. You didn't care about my pleasure at all. And you know what he did? He said I could have it my way. And you know what? He listened. He listened when I told him about our problems. And he listened when I said I was in need because I was stressed. And yes, that's how he got AIDS, because he is not clean. But I'm sorry. Okay, I am sorry. And I'm sorry you had to find out about this way, but we're sitting in a therapist's office, but I can't do it anymore. I'm stressed. And he was there just to help. And
Were you saying that you let the Burger King put his hamburger meat between the buns?
He let me have it my way, is all I'm saying.
I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
Sir.
And you can't stop me.
Please, Mr. David, we need to talk about this, please.
No, I'm through with this.
David, you remember? You remember the girl on our honeymoon that kept flirting with you? That really tall, hot snow chick? You remember her? Had her hands all over you at one point when you had done too many Jaeger bombs.
I had no choice. But the alcohol would not freeze.
She had her hands all over you, and I never said one word about it.
I couldn't stop her.
You tried to invite her back to our hotel room on our honeymoon. What was going to happen, David?
I was being polite.
That does not seem like polite when you had your hands on her carrot.
My hands are sticks. I don't really bend them very well.
Oh, trust me, I know.
I think this relationship has been made on emotional issues and have gone too far. And I think, as I said earlier, a separation would be the best for both. At this
Yeah.
point, it seems
I think I'm gonna go vacation. Someplace warm.
Oh, you don't want to go to Switzerland? I'm sure she's still looking for you.
Oh my gosh. She was my sister.
That was not your sister. Your sister was all the way in Canada. You liar. Yeah. What's your excuse this time? What's your excuse this time? Your other sister. There's always another sister. There's always another
Every
sister,
snow
David.
person is related.
Oh. So you want to tell her about the girl you were dating when I met you? You want to tell her about the girl?
What?
The
You
other
mean the Dairy
snowman
Queen?
you were dated? No. I'm talking about that. What was she, like 5'2" snow chick you were dating?
Baskin Robbins?
Was that her name? Robin?
She had 42 flavors.
That makes sense. Why you still moan her name? Okay.
I do not.
Yes, you did. You
I
said
do
that the
not.
other day. It slipped out the other day when you were. You see what I deal with? You see what I deal with every day. I deal with that. I deal with him just bombarding me and getting mad at just old things. You know, this is why I turned to alcohol to deal with my problems, and he still didn't even care. You know who did care? Burger King.
I cared for you every day that I could. The only reason I couldn't be next to you is because of those grills of yours.
Well, I had to make us money somehow. You don't have a job as a snowman because everything's quote-unquote too dangerous of a job for you to work.
Look, somebody has to be a merry snowman that brings joy to the children.
What do you mean? What joy are you bringing children, honey?
Okay, whenever a kid puts a hat on a snowman, who do you think brings that snowman to life?
Honey, I know you take your job very seriously, but children can only build so many snowmen so many times a year.
It's
And you
winter
don't get
somewhere,
paid
southern, northern
that.
hemisphere.
You don't get paid for that. Some of us have to go
Kids
to work.
don't have
I don't
money.
I don't know if you haven't realized yet, but one of us owns a multi-million-dollar franchise that I've worked hard to build up
here
from the
we go.
ground.
Here we go.
so
It always comes
contributed to
back
this
to the
family.
franchise.
Because the franchise has been going since 1989.
Oh, of course you know that date just off the top of your head.
That's when my
That's all you
great-grandfather
think about.
started it, because it's my job.
Oh,
I
your
have to.
great-grandfather, Colonel Sanders. I have never heard about him before.
Yeah, you're mad. You're mad that he's famous and that he did well for himself, unlike your great-grandfather. What did he do? Melt?
I will have you know that he helped Santa Claus himself.
Okay.
Oh, Santa Claus himself?
Yes!
Mister.
Sorry. What were you gonna say, Doc?
I think we should separate the two. Please. Both of you.
Great idea.
It's not in the cards for you anymore. It's not that it's not in the cards for you anymore. It's that I don't think this marriage is on a very stable foundation right now. With a few sessions, we probably can get it at least to a non-toxic level, but right now there's too much hatred in both of your hearts. You have a hatred because Wendy might not just be the girl for you. And Wendy, you also have to be able to accept that maybe Mr. Snowman has different priorities.
I want us to be us again, not just each other. I want us to be a team again, not David and Lisa. I want us to be Lisa and David cohesively.
You just switch the words around.
That's your perspective. You are not willing to see that we can work together. We could do better. You're not willing to try. You're not willing to try other things to be able to satisfy both of us, to be able to make this marriage work, to be able to contribute to the family. We've been over this already. I'm not in your shoes.
I don't wear shoes, they're sticks.
Yeah, well, maybe you should, because then maybe your legs would stop splintering.
Okay, well, I think that's exceeded our time for today. I hope we both were able to get at least a little bit of closure about how you both feel about each other and how you want to continue this relationship on. But I would like to prescribe both of you guys some long needed separation. So if you both are able to find maybe a new house, or maybe Mr. Snowman, you stay with a friend, or
I think I'll go visit my father.
No, probably that chick in Switzerland, knowing you. You know what? You can stay. You know what? You can stay at the house. I'm sure Burger King has a place at his.
Alrighty. It's well, Mr. Snowman, I'm sorry we couldn't figure it out in this session. I really do hope for the best for you and Lisa, or Wendy, as she may call herself. I really hope the best for both of you, but separation is probably the best form of what we can do for now, and then later we can slowly start mending the bond between you guys again. But
I hope so.
It's too far gone.
Yeah, I think a break's a good idea.